Hey man, hold on, let me throw this in the headphones. I don't think people should say or even had a conversation who's tougher to raise between sons and daughters. It's just children, period.
You mean who's tougher out of just the kids?
Yeah, it's always the conversation like, oh nah, man, daughters are way harder because blah blah blah. And, man, I don't even think that's a comparison, man. I think the comparison should be children are tougher to raise than pets. Cause man, like comparing a son to a daughter, man, it don't matter. Like either way, it's just a lot of stuff unless you choose to disconnect, which I think great parents do at some point. They just latch off, and then the kid's like, "Oh, I got to figure this out," and then they just figure it out.
Now, we does it depend on what type of pet you're talking about? Like, is a child harder to raise than an iguana?
Mm.
We've already established you can't raise a cheetah in the house.
Oh, you definitely cannot raise a cheetah in the goddamn house.
Really?
Episode 7. Go back.
Right. You know what? That's true. You know how people like try to, oh man, I know how it is to raise pets. I have a dog, but nobody never been like, I know how to raise an iguana. I got a cat.
I heard somebody say the other day, they said there's actually no such thing as like terrible twos. In reality, it's actually terrible threes, but they just tell you two to be prepared for it. I was like, nigga, like an oil change? Get your oil change every 2,000 miles. It's like, it's actually about every 7,000 miles, but all right.
Yeah, I think it's the terrible kids.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Not twos, threes, just these kids are just terrible.
Annoying kids is annoying as hell. I'll tell you that. That's for sure. That is a for sure problem.
Yeah, man. And then over time, everybody changes. Like the most annoying kid be the calmest one when they get older. And it's just like, how does this stuff even happen?
Hey, you know what's crazy too? It feels like kids go from, all right, you a baby and you sleep all the time, to you trying to figure out your own personality with a whole bunch of no's, but this is also normally the super cute phase. And then it's like, all right, you run too goddamn much phase. And then it's the I don't want to be bothered with you. It's like when they finally get to full communication, full understanding, them niggas don't want to talk to you. Like 11 to 12 o'clock, it's like, all right, mom, get away from me. It's like, wait a minute, nigga.
Now they're too cool for you. All they want is your money.
Right. Your money and your snacks.
Yeah. And you know your house.
Your house. Definitely them sodas under the bed. My mom used to keep all the cool snacks under her bed. Like I didn't know they was there. Big shoplifter. Oh shit.
Yeah, that was more like a dare. I think she knew that you knew they was there, but they was like, yeah, go ahead and try to touch them while I'm around. Well, if one of these granola bars is missing, that's your ass.
Hey, you know what the cold part was too? Is before she started putting them in there, she would have, you know how when you're a little kid, you'll eat all the good shit in one day. So it's like she used to buy stuff for me. And once she realized it didn't really matter what it was, she only bought shit that she liked. So I'm like 8 years old loving Mr. Pibb. It's like, nigga, I'm pretty I'm pretty sure I should be leaning towards Hawaiian Punch. But shit, we ain't got that. It'd be showing up into the barbecue. Y'all ain't got no Mr. Pibb? It's like, no, nigga, we got juice.
You want all kind of grown shit.
I want only grown snacks, nigga.
You ain't got no prunes?
Where the raisins at? I'm good if y'all are.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I don't do any pre-looks, man. So when I pop on, this is just me in the morning nowadays, man. I'd like to welcome the faculty. I know the faculty is showing up. And let's pop on, man.
Yes, sir.
In the building. Let's see what's up.
We call that hoodie VT.
Hey, man, it's fucking freezing in LA, bro.
Yo, hoodie BT.
It's freezing out here.
Hey, man.
I don't know what the hell going on. I turned on my heater on right now. My feet are cold as shit. It was like it's freezing out here, bro. It's like 71 degrees. I'm like, the fuck is going on?
Hey, man, that sounds frigid. Hey, man, is you one of those people that refuse to turn on the heat like my wife? She one of those people. She'll put the air on, but she won't put the heat on.
Oh, really?
So
She
we
turned
all
the
walking
oven on?
around and yeah, man, it'd be some weird stuff. We all got polar bear outfits on around the house, man, and Scully's on or whatever. So yeah, it'd be like that. Welcome everybody. Episode number 65 of Black.
Oh,
Tea
65.
University. We on 65 of Black Tea University here with Mikey Winfield. Yeah, they don't even know. Lance Woods. Yo, they don't even know. And PT Kingsley. Yo, they don't even know. They don't even know, man.
I think on episode 69 we should only talk about nasty sex shit.
Yo, man, locked.
I think it's only right.
Yeah, man. Let's get that one going, man. Right. We have to record it on a freaky day too. Maybe Friday or something.
Wednesday.
The Freaky Friday episode?
Yeah. Episode 69. The Freaky Friday episode. Highest rated episode yet.
Man, it's so much going on today, bro. Shit.
Oh man. Stuff is moving, man. I felt like, man, I don't know. I missed a chunk, and it's kind of good. It feels refreshing. It feels like it's like, oh man, I'm coming back to a whole bunch of new rich content, and it's kind of good, man.
Side note, Denver Improv, you guys, November 11th. Get your tickets, pull up. Tickets is moving fast.
Yeah, Denver.
11/11.
Hey man, that's what it is, right, man? Come see the
11/11.
The Black Tea University performs stand up as well as just a super show all in one. Yeah. Hell yeah.
What was I going to say? Man, this Kyrie shit, bro. We got to jump right in because this shit is fresh on my mind because it's been on all day. Because I be having my TV on ESPN when I go to sleep. So Stephen A. wake me up every morning with this shit.
Lucky.
So I didn't better cars. It's like, ooh, that bro loud.
Yo, man. Hey, man. My TV be on Lifetime. That's what I go to sleep to. Your TV be on Lights.
Nah, I don't sleep with my TV on.
I don't either when it's just me. When I'm out of
I don't keep TVs in my room.
I don't even turn the TV on, man. But at the house,
fucking. You got to turn the channel when she sleep, Mike.
Yo, but
yeah, that's how
I don't
you do
even
that.
like people talking, and I don't want to hear anything while I'm asleep because then it's in my dream. Fortunately, I woke up the other night when Urkel was on because he'd have been in my dream and some weird shit might have popped up.
That's a fact. You got, because when you awake, you can filter kind of what you're taking in. But if you sleep, you just taking it in and you just sleep.
Yeah, man. Now I'm all in the Urkel dance line.
Yeah, man. You just letting it happen. I like for my room to be a place of total peace. So there's no television.
TV ain't peace for you?
No.
Oh, that's right. You don't. But so yeah, you ain't got no food in there either. You don't.
Nah.
You don't like. Yeah, food and TV is not your jam.
So when I'm in the room, so then let's say a lovely young lady wants to come, hang out in my room. It's a place of peace and comfort, and this mood is already set. You already know, because if you wanted to watch TV, we could have stayed in the living room. But if you come back to the room, we all understand what we're coming back here for.
You got music back there?
Yeah, I got. Yeah.
You got lights?
Yeah, I got lights.
You got a blanket?
Yeah.
You got a bed frame?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We cozy.
So,
yeah.
Kyrie Irving?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, man, it's so much. I don't know where to start.
Hey man, I'll tell you this. You said that Stephen A. Smith be yelling, man. I kind of turned him off because I ain't even caught up. The last thing I heard was Kyrie was like, and I ain't even listened to it. I just saw the caption. He was like, I bet none of y'all say that to my face that I need to take this vaccine so I can live out my dream. I dare y'all. I better not ever. That's what I saw with no sound on.
And the funny part is Stephen A. will say it to his face. I'm just calling it a spade.
Oh, definitely. But where?
I'm just calling it a spade a spade. He is Stephen A.'s. Here's, man, it's so. Let's jump off the subject and jump back on. Who is y'all when you do turn on ESPN? Who do you look forward to seeing? Like, you're like, oh man, I'm glad this guy's here.
That was a question?
Yes.
Yo, I like Jalen Rose. I like hey man, Stephen A is like entertainment for me. He's definitely like entertainment. He always claims to have talked to my sources.
Okay, and then who's your, give me three. Give me one more.
Who else, man? I'm forgetting somebody that's just so obvious, man.
I love Jalen. I love Jalen Rose. Obviously Woj at this point in time. Because I know something just happened. I don't hate Brian Windhorst, but I'm a lean Malika Andrews just because she Malika Andrews.
Oh yeah, man. You know she's starting to pop off more. She's starting to bring you like new information.
Thank you, Malika. I sure appreciate it. Appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Talk that talk.
She had a nice mask, man, during the bubble season. She had a real nice mask.
She got nice under the mask. But yeah, I don't know. I think Windhorst is interesting. He always is kind of leaning LeBron. But other than that, you know, I don't know. It get interesting. What would you, Lance? I'm like, I hate all of them.
I like Dan Lepetard.
Okay.
I like Jalen Rose.
I like Bomani too.
I like Bomani Jones. And then it's like reporter, like Mark Spears. Like that's my man. I always like to see Mark just on TV, just getting more recognition and things.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's more of a reporter.
Absolutely. And okay, so the reason I asked is because that's what Stephen A. used to be, right? He used to be almost Woj, right? Like when you saw Stephen A., something had just happened before he was like a personality and so on and so forth. But you always knew he had these loud, aggressive opinions, whatever. So for backstory, he said all this stuff on First Take, what was it, yesterday morning. Harsh takes on Kyrie and basketball, and then Kyrie responded last night on IG, just using his own voice. It's like, you know, some rebuttaling, but also some just like, yo, this is this and this is this and this ain't that and this ain't that. It's a lot, bro.
So okay, so for context, so people can understand what's going on. Kyrie,
somebody should do that every time too. Never let me tell the stories. I'm not really good at it.
I try to do it in a smooth way, but NBT start at the end. So yeah, fuck that nigga. Like, what? Fuck who?
Wait. But why?
Nigga, so let's jump out and jump back.
So let me give y'all all the details. So this nigga be tripping, bro.
So Kyrie Irving plays for the Brooklyn Nets. Now, Brooklyn is obviously in New York. New York has mandates similar to San Francisco that if you're unvaccinated, that you can't participate in any of the home games. So now Kyrie Irving, what'd you say?
Killing this shit. Keep going.
So Kyrie, being unvaccinated, was from what they said, and I you know, he was trying to get some sort of exemption to where he was like a part-time player, meaning he only played road games. Like, okay, I just won't play home games. And then they said no, and then they said Kyrie Irving just won't be a part of the team. He won't be playing or practicing. So then once that happened, it wasn't just Stephen A, but a bunch of reports came out saying Kyrie was retiring. Then they said representatives from Team Kyrie said Kyrie was doing this in protest of regular people who were losing their jobs.
Voiceless.
Voice of the voiceless, yeah. And then Stephen A. Smith comes out and does his Stephen A. Smith talks and was talking about how Kyrie, what he's doing is, quote, flat out stupid. And, you know, just doing what Stephen A. does. I'm sure we can all look it up and you guys can see, but, you know, very just a lot.
And a lot of aggression in his voice always.
A lot of aggression, and I don't give a damn how anybody feels about it. A lot of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of the things that he doesn't say about white people. So,
yo, man, that's why. Did y'all see hey, man, I don't want you to lose track. You never lose track. But remember when Terrell Owens was like, you know, I know why Max Kellerman is something because he's more blacker than you are.
Yeah. I just feel like Max be sounding blacker than you up here. And I don't give a damn. Right. So then my contention is always this. If you didn't say nothing, I don't say nothing. So like if BT decide to cut his beard off, right? And then all of these reports are talking about why BT cut his beard off. I don't do anything until BT says why he cut his beard off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know he cut it off because he had a movie role. I mean, you know this is Illuminati. His initiation, he couldn't have no facial hair. You know, his great-grandfather didn't have no beard. He's trying to honor his great-grandfather. And it's like all of these different reports come out. It's like, but all BT did was cut his beard. Like, he literally could come out and say, yeah, man, it was just itching my face.
Yeah.
So it was all of these reports about why Kyrie is not doing this and not doing that. And Kyrie had never said anything. So we got on our Instagram Live last night and Kyrie started talking. And, you know, to me, Kyrie was making a lot of sense because he wasn't saying anything deep. Like, I think a lot of what he's saying gets like read as like deep, but people trying to read in between the lines when he's saying exactly what he's saying. He's like, first off, all of these people on
TV. Bitch and the click you claim, West Side.
Yeah, man. So all these people coming on TV and doing these things. It's like, bro, y'all not gonna say that to my face. And I believe that they won't. I don't believe, like, Stephen A might say something to him. You're not finna come in his face and be talking all aggressive like that. That's not gonna happen. And I don't think it's because you're afraid of him or nothing. It's just the human nature of how you interact with people. It's like you're not doing that. Like, you can have your opinion, and that's the thing. It's like when you work for a company or corporation, you kind of have to abide by those things. So it's like if you work at ESPN, you have to talk about LeBron James all day. That's one of the rules of ESPN. You have to always be talking about LeBron.
I mean, yeah, he is. LeBron is clickbait, as are the Lakers or the Cowboys or you know, Tom Brady, LeVar at one point in time. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, I mean all of that. So it's like you got to talk about. So we're doing a podcast. We're doing Black Tea University. We don't have any of those regulations. So with us, we do two things. We say we want to talk about things that are interesting and fun to us. And then we also say, okay, let's talk about things that everyone else is talking about because that makes sense.
And we also try to one of the kind of premises of the show is we go through the understanding and or the logic within niggas that would wear black tees. Like a black tee understanding. Keep going.
Yeah. So it's like, but imagine if every time we came on here, we had a script that said we got to talk about LeBron.
We have to touch the hot part. Gotcha.
We have to talk about LeBron James. So that means you have to find a way to talk about him because no one is that newsworthy. No one is that interesting every day. So now we have to create things to manufacture conversations about this man.
Yeah.
No,
I'm with it.
No one is that interesting. There's not a person on earth that is worth talking about that much on a daily basis. Whether they're playing or not playing, because then they have to break down every aspect of everything. Then it turns into when he sat on the bench at the 5:30 mark, would Michael Jordan have sat in the bench at 5:30? Like it's like no one's that interesting.
I don't think you think LeBron is that interesting.
I don't think anyone on earth is that interesting.
Anyone might not be, but anything starts to change it, right? Because it becomes nuanced. Because when I turn on First Take, when they're talking about football, nigga, I turn the channel. They talk about the Lakers, I'll listen up. So
yeah, but you're not a football fan.
What'd you say? Oh, stay there for LeBron and John Gruden. I don't give a fuck. So you know what I mean? I think they hit an issue that people that consistently form and this is straight from the horse's mouth, like we see up-to-date times on when people are watching and when people are not watching. And I think LeBron consistently has a high watchability. If you're talking about him, fucking Skip Bayless has built a whole career around that.
Yeah, man, but that's what a producer's job is, to shape things in a way that they make it interesting when it's not always. Some of those stories. Did BT just leave?
Yeah, he hit the wrong button and an echo happened, and then he was talking.
Yeah, we don't hear you, Hoodie BT. Nah, we don't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, you back.
Now the echo. You brought the echo with you.
Really?
I had it. It's gone now.
Okay.
But hey, man, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of repeating. It's like they just try to make something interesting that's not interesting in a league full of hundreds of players.
But don't give a fuck about them niggas though.
Yo, man, they could be interesting. They ain't making an effort to shape the story because everything is. That's why LeBron went to LA. Yeah,
you guys are both right. They could make it interesting, but like you're saying, they don't. Like they might be talking about the shoelaces that LeBron had on because LeBron's name is attached to him as over somebody having 70 points. It's like this is what we're talking about right now. Nobody give a fuck about what the fuck Colin Sexton is doing. like who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? So I get where both of y'all are coming from, but I just know that when they're talking about LeBron, that's when I watch.
Now, now, because I don't want to get too far off the Kyrie thing. So now we got Kyrie, and Kyrie is now speaking for himself, and he's saying, you know, to me, what sounded like a very human understanding that people should understand is like, yo, this is my dream. I don't want to give up my dream. I want to play basketball. I don't want to retire. I'm not feeling this thing right now. And he's not even saying he won't do it. Maybe he might do it. But he's having an experience like, yo, bro, I don't want to do this thing right now. And they're trying to force me to do it. You guys are watching them force me to do it. And I don't want to do it. And because I don't want to do it, they are sending their media people to call me stupid loudly. They're sending their media people to put out all of these counter narratives of things that I've never said. And that's how they do consistently.
I understand where Kyrie is coming from, right? But when everybody's kind of normally, and I'm not saying anybody here, I'm saying in general, there is a certain backlash that consistently comes with Stephen A. Smith and some of the choices he makes. And he always seems the same to me. Stephen A. Smith is very consistent to me. And the consistency is if you have a job.
Black skin. Oh.
if you have a job or that's hilarious. If you have a job or a commitment, you honor those jobs and or commitments. Because as much as we fucking with him, wasn't it? He also was on Steve Kerr's ass and on Steve Nash's ass, like, yo, why? He was on Kyrie's head when they was like, yo, this is the coach we want to coach for. It's like, wait, why are y'all not fighting for black coaches? Why are y'all not fighting for black people in the organization? He also fights for Allen Iverson being part of six. So consistently what I see is stay off the weed. You read the contract, you signed up, said you would do it. Nigga, don't smoke weed if you in the league. You said it, nigga. You said it. Hey, Kyrie, you signed the contract. You say you want to play with Brooklyn. You got some niggas come play with you. You said this, bro. Like, I understand what you're saying, but this is what you said. He's pro-employee. He's pro being an employee. He said he does it for his bosses. He says he does, like, this is who he is. Right next to that, this is my goddamn issue. Kyrie, whoever the fuck is listening. You can't be anti-establishment and not support independence and or doing it on your own. Because if you're part of an establishment, at the end of the day, somebody's blood, sweat, and tears went into making this happen, and you're fucking it up. And I'm just not a person that I'm just a nigga sitting in a 1-bedroom apartment that's not anti-corporation. And I'm just like, nah, nigga, you work there. Like, you work there, bro. Like, that's your job and that's what they doing. And if you don't want to do that, then you don't have to work there no more. But I don't know, the nigga that owns the Nets, hey, bro, hey, you fucking up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what you want to do. And it get weird. I get really weird about that shit because when I see niggas trying to fight for it I don't see all the support and love.
You say you don't feel the support and love?
No, like Stephen A. Smith seems to be coming from an employee status. He's consistently said, bro, I'm talking about basketball. You got KD to come here. You got fucking James Harden is here because you and KD are here. You recruited people to come to Brooklyn, and now you're not playing. Personal decisions, all that aside. But there is a sacrifice of you having to do it. Andrew Wiggins made the sacrifice because he ain't good. But he had to just say, fuck it and suck it up. I don't want to do this shit, but all right, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my job. I don't want to stop working. I don't want to start making the money. So it's like, nigga, you signed the contract, bro. Play the games. Because that's another thing. The Nets say they're going to pay this nigga for the away games. Hey, man, even though he's not playing, they're going to pay him for him.
But did he sign a contract to take the vaccine?
No, that's something new that your job added.
So don't you know how we show up, man, for acting work, and then they just throw the contract and it'd be 12 pages. Mm-hmm. And before we go on set, they want you to read 12 pages before you go on set. And sometimes we just be like, fuck it.
But you know when you say, fuck it, when the money's right. Right. If a comedian came to me and was like, hey man, I'll book you for the show for $100. Here's the stuff. I'm like, nigga, if you get this paperwork the fuck out of here. But when it's a national commercial or if it's fucking NBC, hey man, whatever. How much? Okay. Here's some blood if you need it, nigga. like I don't know, bro.
So is the money right? And look at this. This is crazy to say it because I know he's being offered millions, but is the money right when you have the money? Like a long time ago, I was put in this position where my manager at the time was like, look, man, make every decision like you got all the money on earth that you ever wanted.
Yes.
So that you turn down and you don't jeopardize stuff that just goes against how you feel. So that's kind of how I'm like moved. Like if I just don't want to do something, you know, some things we just gonna pass on.
Yeah,
so all the decisions is based on, yo, man, I'm good. I'm covered. So I'm saying for Kyrie, who's somebody who is not hurting financial. This is not a financial
at all.
But even though he's not hurting financially, like they said, and these are the reports, and this is what makes these things interesting, because when they put out reports, it's just to shape narratives. But they said the Nets are no longer offering him the $198 million extension.
Of course not, nigga.
Yeah.
Not you, nigga.
Well, no, but I'm saying with that report being put out, that's why he's coming on live addressing, saying, of course, I don't want to lose out on money. Of course, I don't want to. Of course, I don't. Of course, I want to play basketball. I've been preparing myself to get to this stage since I was in 4th grade. And now I'm here and we have a chance to win a championship. Of course, I want to do that.
So get the shot. This nigga want to be Kaepernick so bad.
Nah,
that nigga Kyrie want to be Cap so bad, bro.
Kyrie got some other shit going on. You know what Kyrie got?
That nigga growing his fro out. He be like, hey, come on, man. I'm a revolutionary. Flat Earth, nigga. Come on, bro.
Kyrie is how would you say it? You know how you say how would I say it? Motherfuckers is growing.
Yes.
For example, right? And this is a separate conversation. No, it's actually a similar conversation. When we talk about media people put in positions to say things to shape narratives, right?
Yes.
So Shaq came out and was talking about how if I was the owner of the Knicks, I would ship Kyrie ass out of there and did all that, right? Now, Kyrie has been going through this evolution of things. Even if you just follow what he says, the teachings that he follows, his religious views have changed.
Yes.
Kyrie's one of the only athletes who talk about Dr. Sebi. And so today, Sebi's son is posting pictures of Shaq and Dr. Sebi.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, yo, why don't you ever talk about Sebi, Shaq? Stop talking about Kyrie, talk about Sebi. Because Kyrie's talking about Sebi and you talking about Kyrie. And the point of that is certain things when you become aware of and enlightened to, it's going to shape the way you view everything. And Kyrie has been going through a thing. It looks like it feels genuine, where the way he views everything in the world is changing.
I 1000% agree.
So with that, it ain't like I can't just take a shot and go hoop now. I can't do that anymore.
Fair. 1000% I'm okay with that. But you can't let's say you was going through that process. Let's say anybody was, right? And nigga, I'm going through all this new enlightening and food and so on and so forth, right? And I'm just like, I'm in this space. But at the same time, I'm the manager of a TGI Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't be frying this food. Hey, bro, somebody order some wings, my nigga. Go cook the wings, bro. I don't like that. Like the nigga that owns the TGI Fridays don't give a fuck about that. So take that understanding, take your 200 plus million that you're worth, go have an island and start something else.
Mm-hmm.
But this world where this anti like corporate thing gets really weird to me, in the essence that niggas don't support independence. Where the fuck was these niggas at when LeVar was around? That's really all it boiled down to. Because let me tell it, one of my high appreciations for what was happening is this nigga was directly against the system, had momentum, had the goddamn momentum. And nobody was like, niggas wasn't supportive of that because they worked for Nike and they was catching they Nike checks.
Hey man, but that's part of it too. But LeVar didn't come in like you might think a Dame Dash might come in. LeVar came in. He came in kind of like all over the
he
place.
came in like what?
Like man, and we didn't know how serious, like it looked like, oh man, this is a guy. He putting his sons first, and is this real? And he just came hard with it, which was cool. But I don't know, man. I don't know how he presented it. Everybody just didn't jump on board. And you're saying because they was riding with the Adidas and the Nikes and the stuff, so he just looks silly. But there's a lot of guys out there trying to create their own products too.
Yeah, and one of the things is this, man. Is two things. One, people are well, it's a few things. People are growing. So LeVar probably hit the scene probably 5 years ago.
Yeah.
5 or 6 years ago, maybe.
Yep.
Kyrie was probably 25 years old. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying Kyrie, I'm saying everybody.
Yeah.
Because imagine, okay, we are at an age now to where we all feel like, all three of us feel like $100 million wouldn't change the core of us.
Right.
I can't say that at 19. I cannot honestly say when I was 19 years old, $100 million in fame wouldn't have changed the core of who I am.
Your brain is not even done developing when you like that old. So it's a lot of growth. Right?
Yeah. So when you 19, 18, 20, 21, and you get thrust into these positions, you're going to have all kind of stuff going on. It's all kind of stuff going on. And then life happens because everything gets regular, no matter what it is. If you've ever, I've had the distinct privilege to I've had the distinct privilege to share time and space with some very beautiful women. I mean, very beautiful women. And when you first meet them, oh, she's so bad you can't. And then after a while, she get regular. And now that's just her. I'm at some point, Jay-Z looking at Beyonce like, oh yeah, that's beat, man. Like, yeah, I get it, but I'm used to it. The same way you get used to this money and you start to say, yo, there has to be something else here. It can't just be this. And you start to learn about certain things. And I will contend to this day, I believe this wholeheartedly. Kobe Bryant dying affected Kyrie Irving in a way that I don't think people understand.
I give that because I know he was really close.
Not only was he really close, but I don't believe that Kyrie believes what he's being told to believe in regards to Kobe. And we'll just keep it at that.
You don't have to keep it at that. You've already said how you feel in past episodes.
I mean,
yeah, you've already said it on record.
I mean, all right. Yes, I'll acknowledge all that stuff, but everybody is doing that, right? Okay. Anybody listening, think about where you come from, especially if you had some struggle early in your life, right? Especially if you went about busting your ass to create something from the ground up to make a way, I'm going to give you this. Let's say Kyrie Irving didn't play for Brooklyn, because I don't know the Brooklyn nigga story. Let's say that nigga paid for the Mavs, right? Still an NBA team. Mark Cuban, a nigga that we know came from a struggle, went through all this different work process, boom, built a tech company. Finally got up to a place where he could fucking buy an NBA team. And now this nigga's on your team doing this. What about Mark Cuban? And that's not Mark Cuban specifically. That's Michael Jordan. That's any black person. That's any white person. It's like there's something that's being lost here for me consistently. Is like every corporation that niggas have an issue with how they move, nigga, that corporation was started by somebody. And if you don't like how they do business, then you go start your own corporation. And here's the thing. Somebody's gonna fuck up your business as well. So it's like, yes, New York came down with these mandates and laws. Kyrie doesn't agree with them. Kyrie wants to choose what to do with his body. I 1000% support niggas choosing to do what they want to do with their body. No different than it is for women and abortion. No different than it is for this vaccine. I'm not a nigga advocating that niggas should go get the vaccine. Do what you want with your body. Do your own research. Choose it for yourself. I'm okay with that. But in the essence of what's happening, if I'm the Nets, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to deal with this and or you, sir.
Okay, so
if I'm the NBA, bro, you're fucking shit up. Bye, my nigga. Go over there, start a Dr. Sebi school. I personally think that there's other ways to affect the system, and all things are necessary. You need somebody doing what Kyrie does, right? Or Kaepernick does. You need an outlet protest or out loud protest and or a visual aesthetic because the representation means something. But there's also a way you're going to end up with combatants if you choose to be a martyr. And there's ways to affect the system from within.
Hey, man, so you finally said it, though. That was your point. Your point was the Nets need to get rid of Kyrie and just work on the title and replace him and blah, 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 and do that.
I think when Andre was done with the music industry, he just left. He didn't make some big hoopla, and it's like, nah, nigga, he just left. I just don't want to deal with that no more.
Yeah,
I'm a different person now.
I think part of the thing with Kyrie is, like, a lot of people who are dealing with this with their job is they're trying to stretch it out and find loopholes. So,
amen. Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, look, I don't want to just leave because I'm trying to figure out, like other people at the job, is there a religious exemption? Is there a medical exemption? Can I be a part-time player? Yeah. Okay, well, you trying to figure it out. It ain't just, vaccine, I quit. It's like, now let's figure out how both parties can make this make sense.
We said this too, though, but if others got on board for this, it changes the conversation and they find a way to do it if the right people did that. But now everyone who joins Kyrie right now would be sacrificing. Because now they're saying, they're almost saying, oh, I'm not vaccinated. I mean, I guess they could be vaccinated too and still support him. But that's what will be happening, because there's going to be another boost. There's going to be another this.
Mike, that's my point. If all the players in the NBA that have an issue with the NBA, if the best players just decided to not deal with this anymore and start a league, guess what? The NBA would have competition. If all these players are really, really good, if they went to black colleges, y'all can, Chris Paul be going ham for black colleges, nigga. Like, you could have changed this if let's say from this year out, all amazing college players say we're gonna migrate and start going to black-owned schools and black colleges. Nigga, the television revenue, the media revenue, this Firestar, it's like a lot of this shit we have the ability to change, but niggas don't support change when it comes. They criticize it, they talk about it, they do everything. And the niggas in the media, they're not the niggas that bother me, because once people are talking about it, creating a narrative, false narratives, all that talking helps. If niggas was talking shit about our podcast every day, they were saying something horrible about it every day online. Man, that shit was trash again. Like, it wouldn't do nothing but help them out, because that's the interest. It's like, this is why you don't block the haters in the algorithm, because when niggas on the comments talking shit about you, niggas that fuck with you will defend you. But if that nigga wasn't talking shit, people that just like it be like, good job, or they don't say nothing, or they don't like. It's just like, I just don't, as much as in the essence where Kyrie is mentally, I just wonder where his support is for things that are independent, and or his understanding for starting his own.
Hey, man. Okay, so I want to see what you're talking about, but man, I got a different vision. Like I like when you talk about players been saying going to start in their own league. That's what they should do, and I hear you. And I think there should be a black league, but man, I want to see a all white hoop league. Man, it would be could be like the Globetrotters or something, man. Like imagine just all white hoopers, man, and like
the
that
Globe
would be,
Walkers.
yeah,
The
probably
white
be,
people don't really have a trot like that. They have a
it'd be fewer dunks, man. You know, probably some cool passing or whatever. You know, and
a
then
lot of bounce passes, a lot of taking charges,
a lot of threes. A lot of threes, yeah.
A lot of fundamentals, you know.
A lot of rules. It'd be a lot of rules. Be like way too many rules.
Pull your shorts up. Pull your shorts down.
Yeah, it'd be like, yo, this is a lot of rules for a basketball game.
Yeah, and then when we really ready to watch basketball, we go back to the black league, man, and that would just be back to like, oh man, this is the shit right here.
What you're describing is the NBA and the ABA in the 70s.
Right. The black and white games.
Yeah.
I'm and just as we, you know, just in conclusion of my point, I'm totally okay with a nigga not getting the vaccine. I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally okay with a nigga speaking out about it. I'm okay with all of that. Do what you want to do, bro. But if I'm the Nets, get the fuck out of here. You go over there with that goddamn record. Go on, get your ass. Get over there.
I mean, what you think the big three is?
I think that's Ice Cube making a way. I don't like the big three.
I mean, that's, you know, because once again, not different than rap. It's like once someone gets a certain age, we kind of throw them away. It's like, I mean, they can still hoop. They're 36 years old. Like, you know what I mean? Like they be talking about LeBron like he's old, like he's 36 years old.
Right.
Like they act like he's in his 80s.
Right.
They do the same thing with rappers. It's like, oh, he's a 40-year-old rapper. He's 40. And he's a musician. You would never look at Stevie Wonder and say, this nigga's a 40-year-old singer. Stevie's 60-something.
Yeah.
And still the most prolific artist music has ever seen.
As long as you don't dance like, you know what I mean? You don't do the hands up dance in the videos. We'll still, I would love to hear more from you.
That's what it is. And I think, you know what I mean, to wrap up the Kyrie thing, I think just like anything else, it comes down to past the support of how many people who are a part of it will support it. So it sounds like one nigga tripping because you other niggas ain't tripping. And I know how we talk in private. So in private, y'all agree with me, but publicly, y'all done tucked your tails. For example, right? This is not the same thing, but this is an example. How many NFL players did you hear speak up for Deshaun Watson? I didn't hear any. You watched. We watched what happened. We watched the owner of the team say these things publicly. And then all of the sudden, 20 allegations came out about him being sexually inappropriate with women out of nowhere. Then we seen that the person representing these women was the owner's friend or the owner's lawyer, like all of this shit.
You think he got Cosby?
Absolutely.
Hey, and this, we on the same page. Niggas didn't do that because they like being employees, because it's comfortable.
Yes.
This is the route you chose. They shutting it up and they doing the job that was told to them. And guess what, bro? If this is the life that you chose, shut up.
But
or don't, nigga, or don't. I'm good either way, because I feel like both things need to exist. I'm totally with you working the angle from the inside. I'm totally with you bucking the system, nigga. I agree.
But it ain't that niggas love being employees. Niggas, we don't know another way, and we can't see these people are not just employees. These are people who have quote unquote made it. These are the top percent of Black people according to how we were raised. So once you make it to the NBA, NFL, you have made it. Now everyone looks up to you. Everyone's trying to get into your position. It ain't just like I can just go get another job. It's like, no, I can't go get another NFL job.
Hey, you still an employee of the NBA and or the NFL.
Yeah. Of course you are.
You got a really, really good job. And I'm not anti-jobs. I'm just saying if a nigga signs your checks, then that's the life you set up for, bro. And those people in those spaces have whatever rights they want to manipulate and or try to adjust to fit their bottom line. Because if you got 200 million, I'm gonna imagine you got some businesses. I hope you do. I hope you do. And like, there's the empathetic part of me wants to hope that whatever businesses you're running, that nobody is fucking with your bottom line. And even if they was, you would have a way to see it. And I think that's why we're like, all right, that's why the Nets are like, all right, we're gonna go ahead and pay this boy. Cause it's like,
all right, so
you do got a point.
This is a different question. I want to ask both of y'all this. I just want to, it's a simple question and I want a simple, honest answer. And we could think about it. When did you become financially literate?
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey man, here's the thing. I don't know that I have.
Okay.
If literate is aligned with books, fuck books. Fuck books. No, I agree with Mike. I would say that I became financially literate. Yeah, I guess I would say I'm still in process of learning. I think most Black people are.
Okay, so we're all in agreement that none of us are financially literate. Because I don't consider myself to be. I've been, and I was gonna call you about this, Mike, just because I've been studying this stock stuff, and I might, you know what I mean? It's like, because I know you've been on it for a minute, and see
it's
what's
moving right now too.
What is that?
It's moving right now too.
Yeah, and so what you learn is once you start to study stocks, you start to learn you don't know anything about money. You don't know nothing about how money works.
You say, if you said it again.
Once you start to study stocks, and once you even gain a very basic understanding of the stock market, you realize, oh, I don't know anything about money. Nothing. And I never have. So, and that's knowing nothing about money without having any money. So what you realize is my whole life, all I've done was blown money for the most part. Right? So now imagine that with an alleged $80 million without the knowledge and literacy. All I've done was blown $80 million.
Right.
I ain't touched 80 million. I blown whatever I had.
I blown 80.
Absolutely.
I blown 80. I blown, well, pause. Anyway, so we don't always do this, but I want to address this. For those that don't know that are listening to this live, we also record this podcast live and we stream it on YouTube while we're doing it live. And there's always comments going on. And we know that there's listeners that like you, Chris, you riding in your truck right now, or you, James, is driving around in Indiana, or you, Christina, at work with the volume low or your iPods on because you don't want your job to hear all this cussing we be doing. But you enjoy the podcast and we appreciate you. But there is live comments always going on. And a friend of the show, Ms. Tangerine Thomas says, whatever she commented me, she said, whatever rights they want to fit their bottom line. Nah, man. So I want a job at Centric Cinema, Tangerine's company. Okay. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. Oh man, shit going crazy. All the shows that she produced, we're gonna get sponsorships. Oh man, it's gonna be a huge company. You hear me? And I'm gonna wait about 5 years. And then I'm gonna start protesting like our biggest sponsor. Even though I watched her build it from the ground up, I'm gonna start protesting. I'm gonna get people behind me and shit, and we gonna all protest her biggest sponsor. It's gonna be like Plant Life. I'm like, but what about the plants? They're hurting the plants. It's like the plants have a life too. Have you never seen a flower bloom? It's like I'm gonna go super, super hard. And then I want to know when people are siding and or disagreeing with me, what she should do with me. What should she do with me? She's had conversations. We tried to figure this out. What's this Citric Simmons doing for me? Because she had to build this from the ground up. It's totally random, but I just wanted to make sure it was out there.
So this is the question to make that question make sense. Who's doing that?
Who's doing what? Who's built the?
Who is protesting their employer's biggest sponsor?
Nobody. I'm just giving an example. A protest in general, you're always going to have people on other sides of the aisle, right? Mm-hmm. And in hindsight, we normally look back through history and be like, oh, this is why right? And that doesn't make you. I'm not. I am totally in my rights to protest plants. I don't like this plant company. I heard about some things going over there, and plant is is treating James wrong. Okay,
plant and James.
Like, I'm totally within my rights to stand up for that, but I'm also affecting Centric Cinema. That's my point. It's like,
yeah,
I'm looking at the in this example, the Tangerine Thomas of the world that built something, and now there's a cog in the system that's clogging shit up. You know how hard it is for a team to get good. What about the New Jersey fan that was like, this is our year. This is our year. And then Kyrie did is like, wait, what? Wait, is this before or after he just left the team and didn't show up and didn't no call, no show, was just gone for 2 weeks? Oh, this after that. Okay, cool.
Hey man, this is the same.
That nigga up out of here, bro.
It's the same thing if you're talking about Family Matters and there's a cameraman who, you know, he don't like some of the writing on the show because he thinks it's a little, I don't know, racist or something. He don't like the way Carl talks to Harriet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the end, it's still entertainment too, you know, and I mean, it sounds like what you're trying to say is they just need to remove Kyrie. And
I'm saying I really wanted the Lakers to play the Nets in the finals and whoop their ass, and I'm frustrated with Kyrie because he's affecting that. I'll take these rings however I could get them, but as a Lakers fan and as a basketball fan, I was really hoping that both of these teams would be healthy and great going into the playoffs so they can play each other and we can beat them and I can laugh.
The Nets don't need Kyrie to go to the finals, even in the East.
I didn't think that they could beat. I didn't think that they could beat him with him. I actually think they're more dangerous without him. So I need him to come back to the team.
You really support these Lakers? This team?
I'm a Lakers fan. Yes,
I know, but these Lakers,
all of them.
Oh yeah,
I can name them off.
Okay.
I think Austin's doing great right now. I keep wanting to say Austin Davis. It ain't Austin Rivers, but whatever the white boy name is, oh, he's amazing. Great job, sir. I hate that Taylor Horton Tucker, Wayne Ellington, fucking Trevor Ariza, and Kendrick Nunn are all hurt. But other than that, I feel like we're doing great.
Man, I read yesterday that Kaepernick, he said he's been practicing 5 days a week, 7 hours a day, and he said he's ready right now to be on a team. And the timing is great because we're coming off John Gruden, and Kaepernick said he's ready.
Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think Cap want to play football?
I kind of think he does right now. I think he would be on a team if he had the opportunity. He would play on a team, and would he want to do
Hold
it?
on. Check
He
this
had
out.
the opportunity.
Hold on. I got to run to the bathroom, and I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, but I'm coming right back.
Okay.
Well, Joe, keep talking. I just didn't want to disappear because I got some real thoughts about Kaepernick.
So Mike, you think that he wants to? You think he wants to play?
Okay, I think so. Now,
how much? Give me a percentage. How much of him wants to play? How much of him wants to do what he's doing?
I would say, I would probably say 100% of him wants to play, but not at the expense of not being able to speak his mind. Why can't you speak your mind? So now, if he's put into the league, there's going to be, you're not allowed to do this and you're not allowed to do that, and he's probably feeling like rights are being taken away. Now, you're talking about his stuff in the community versus his.
I mean, just in general, like. Do I think that Cap wants to play football? Sure. Do I think he wants? I can't even say sure. I can't confidently say sure. Let's go back.
Obviously, he's nervous. Anybody who been off and ain't played, he's gonna get smashed and it's gonna be that. But does he? I don't know, man. I would say yeah.
I feel like he had a chance to play. I really do. See, this.
What did he have to do? What did he have to do?
This gonna sound like I'm off subject, but I'm on. One of the things that I appreciate is like a lot of the stuff we talk about. Like, I'm not anti what Kyrie's doing. Obviously not what Cap was doing. Like, I understand it because Cap, every chance he got when he got on an interview, he was saying dot. Right. These are the problems. Right. Was taking the knee. The protest didn't even feel like he was effective. He was showing up to gameplay. He was showing up in game shape. He was playing his best. You know what I mean? Whatever. I feel like sometimes the idea is to choose violence, for lack of a better word, like burn this building and or corporation down from the inside if they're not going to align with my ideals, right? I'm with that. Okay, cool. One of the things that I appreciate or that I've always liked about Jay-Z and or Beyonce is it always feels like Jay is very serious about his money. We know this. We know the nigga like his money. But it also feels like he's consistently trying to affect systems from the inside out, right? Which is why him and Dame probably didn't get along. It's like, bro, the way that you're going about it, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't want to do it that way. There's another way. If the goal is to go in and metaphorically kill this person, I mean, we could shoot up the whole house, or I could poison them. The point is, they're gone, or this issue is gone, right? When I really feel like this, I really strongly feel like this. The NFL was going through a lot of stuff, was losing money, losing fans, people wasn't tuning in, blah, blah, blah. You love the flag, who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck. And Cap was doing what he was doing. All right, cool. They wanted to get shit right. They reached out to Jay-Z to perform at the Super Bowl. He said, get the fuck off my phone, right? And within that, they called him again. They're like, yo, bro, what do we need? We need to look black right now. Please come help. Like, no, nigga. Y'all been fucking up. I'll look crazy if I come perform. Everybody else will look crazy. No, I'm not gonna do that. All right, well, let's talk. Let's figure this out. What do we need to do to get this right? All right, well, first of all, let's talk money. Y'all need to make me in charge of some shit so I can handle some da-da-da-da-da. All right, cool. Right next to that, y'all should probably let Cap back in the league. That'd be a great look for y'all. Y'all want to fix this? Let the nigga back in the league. If you want to fix it. When Jay-Z went in, all of a sudden it was a setup for Cap to come try out for a bunch of teams. Everybody was signed up. Niggas took flights in. Niggas was ready. Got to the field. This nigga's like, no, actually, I'm going to play over here at this middle school. It is, I would feel more comfortable with my own. All right. Yes, there's a part of it where, yes, you could do it like that. And there were even some coaches that showed up. But y'all know what it's like to deal with people that, quote unquote, seem difficult when you're working. It's like,
hey, man, what you're leaving out, though, is that he'd already been wrong. Now you're putting him in a position where someone else has control of the narrative where his cameras weren't even allowed. So they could have easily said, oh, man, edited the clips. Ain't nobody catch one of his passes. Well.
But think about, yes, I 1000% agree. But why go through all that? Why fly niggas in, fly coaches in? Why do all that? Why?
Yo, man, that's part of the game, man. That's making it look real. They had to play their part.
This is, Mike, you just answered the question to make it all look real. This is my contention about the Kaepernick thing. Of course, I believe that, I don't think police reform is the issue. I don't think you can reform it. I think it's a system that's in place. It's almost like there is no racism reform.
Right.
There's no, you can't reform rape. Rape is rape.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So I believe at a point in time, there's a possibility that Kaepernick's movement and stance was his own and it was genuine. And I think at some point, like the whites do, they hijacked his movement and it was no longer his movement. And there's just several things that point to that for me. See, once it became political, now it's a different ball game. Once you got Donald Trump and Mike Pence, and then the Democrats and the Republic, once it becomes that, now this is no longer your movement. When I'm looking at the NFL working in exclusivity with Nike, anything Nike is anything NFL is Nike. That's the NFL works like that. That's why there's been no football games besides Madden since 2000 and however long it's been.
Mm-hmm.
2005, right?
Yes.
Something like that. Because the NFL does exclusive deals. We only work with EA Sports. We only work with Nike until that contract ends and so on and so forth. So NFL and Nike are in bed. Now, in the middle of this so-called blackballing and this so-called, Nike goes and does a big ad with Kaepernick.
And cash that nigga out.
Yes. So if Nike and the NFL are in bed together, and the NFL has decided that this person is blackballed and is not welcome in our league, then why would Nike go with their partner and go do a big ad with this person?
It is 50 Cent when Game started the GU Not, wasn't it? Is 50 going and incorporating GU Not? Now I own them both. Buy as many shirts as you want.
You saying that's what
the NFL did?
But if it's a blackball thing, look, man, if he's really affecting things and really doing that, then we want to starve him. We don't want him to get no money. We don't want his voice heard. And if Nike is giving him a bigger voice, then this doesn't make sense unless you're all in bed together.
Agreed.
So fast forward, we can talk about, the workouts and all of that, and him saying I'm ready to play. But then we have to talk about the meeting. We have to talk about the meeting between Kaepernick and the NFL, and Kaepernick leaving the meeting with an undisclosed amount of money and agreeing never to talk about these things.
That did happen.
Right. So when the conversation becomes, does he want to play or does he not want to play? once again, these are media tactics, and it's the same thing. When did Kaepernick say he wanted to play? When did this last report come out?
It was recent.
Yeah, and that's if we were reading. I assumed it was a recent one. You know that
he's on the what's name doing this right now.
Sometimes you look at stuff, man, and then you look at the date underneath, and it just be they reposted the article from 2017.
Him and he's what's name? He's the movie's about to come out with Netflix.
Yes,
and he's on the cover of a magazine doing like this, and if it says in small words like on the thing, he was like, "Kyrie will never be me," like he was saying that.
I mean, I don't think Kyrie will be him because I don't think Kyrie's in bed with them people right now. See, I think Kaepernick is fully in bed with them people right now.
But pillow talk is where you get the most dirt, baby. Get in the bed. Get in the bed, Kyrie. Get in the bed. That's how you find out where the nigga where the problems is at. Get in the bed. Your ass in the bed.
Okay, so he would play, but he don't want to play, and it's all part of the making it look real thing. That's
Kaepernick is never playing in the NFL again, and he's known that for a long time.
Oh,
this is disgusting.
So when they doing these things and saying these things, I'm just looking at it like, no, this is for conversation. This is media stuff. This is to rile people up as well. It's like even all of that Jay-Z shit is all bullshit.
And no concert?
It's not. I'm gonna tell you why it's not. The NFL started when Jay came in and they was going through this real branding. I'm pretty sure it was some bullet points that they said attack. Right? 1, y'all should try to probably get Cap in the league. 2, y'all gotta stop with this, that. 3, should probably start coming off some bread for some black shit. We can say it's bullshit, but whatever this 50,000, 100,000, 20,000, 5,000, whatever it is that's getting forked into these different organizations, that's like, the NFL gave $50,000 to the boys club in Las Vegas under the auspice of the Raiders. The little boys and girls at that school that's got these new computers don't feel like it's bullshit.
They've been doing that. That's not new. None of those things are new. And see, this is something else we have to understand.
You don't think it went up?
No, I don't. I don't believe that at all. I'm being honest with you. I don't. Okay. I'll give you an example because it's not just the NFL. Last year, all 2020, everybody was trying to prove, hey, I'm not racist, guys. And they said damn near $900 million went into black communities, right? I'm black. Have you seen a dime of this money? Do you know anyone whose life is different financially based upon all of these millions and billions of dollars these corporations so-called invested into black communities? Have you seen any of it?
I heard about it on TV.
I gotta hit my cousin up, man. My cousin, he got a little catering thing.
There's some people in the chat said they heard about it.
Hey man, y'all heard some stuff I didn't hear. I didn't see nothing. I heard people saying they donated $70-60 million to the black community. I'm like, nigga, I'm the black community.
Are you though? You have enough books. I can see the books. Fuck them. I can see them.
I represent the nigga community.
This looks like you fuck with both people. I ain't gonna hold you.
I represent the nigga community, and I didn't see a dime of any of this, and I don't know anyone who has. And with all of that, so they told you that they gave $800 million to black people, and then turn around and told you they still don't got clean water in Flint. Get the fuck out of here. They just talking.
They didn't buy like Lexuses or nothing.
Who?
The people in Flint. They was like, man, we don't need that water.
Well, fuck that water. If I got a Benz, I don't need no water.
I don't know, bro.
I could drive to Ann Arbor.
there's a world to the one of the things that I love that you consistently bring up is the media, because I feel like it's this it's like a hidden figure like right in front of us. It's like air. Like you don't realize it's manipulating you until it's manipulating you. Like, but it's always doing it, right? Like we was talking about the NBA earlier. The NBA popularity is like substantially higher than it was some years back. And one of those things I feel like is because it's like a year-round league now. It's like even once the league is over, they talk about free agency, and then there's the draft, and then there's preseason, and the summer league. It's like really like 2 weeks off when the NFL season starts, and then it's back to it's time for preseason training camp, yada 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 yada. And one of those things that had happened very like harshly and effectively was following the storylines of the players, because the NBA has like actual faces, so they care about these little stupid ass narratives that don't really have anything to do, and they dive in, but that draws up interest, and that drawing up interest creates more TV ratings for people watching the games. And as long as you're watching the games, then they can sell these advertising. It all comes back down to sponsorship and advertisement, because you can't really sell it nowhere except for live sports right now. And nobody really watch TV like that. It's like, all right, cool. And if that's the case, that all these things, like you said, are all working together. It's like, my nigga.
Yeah, I can't imagine a world where me and Mike say, hey, we ain't fucking with BT. Or if Mike say, I ain't fucking with BT, and me and Mike is business partners, and then I go do a deal with BT to make his voice louder. That just don't make no sense to me. And like, you know, Cap sued the NFL and then left the meeting with an undisclosed amount of money, and they're not gonna talk about this no more. So why would I keep talking about it? Why would I keep saying they gotta let that nigga back in the league if they wouldn't have had a meeting, he got some bread, and they said they're not gonna talk about it?
One of my mentors told me a while ago, you can be a martyr, you gon' be broke. If you choose to be a martyr, that's fine. You're gonna be broke. And people, please stop comparing all these people to Ali. We got to stop. It's a different scenario.
Or if you got the money, they're gonna kill you.
Possibly.
No, look, man. We ain't like this. Is history always repeats itself. Always repeats itself. And you know, if you go back and look at Nazi Germany, one of the things that Hitler done, that whole movement, what they did was before they killed some of the wealthier men, they stripped them of their finances. They stripped them of their wealth. Because if you are survived by people, they will not experience the wealth that you had.
Absolutely.
So and we watch that all the time, and there's names. You can talk Bill Cosby, you can talk Michael Jackson, we have examples of before they got rid of these people, they destroyed their name and their legacy and took a lot of money from them.
Yeah, but Mike ain't got no kids. I saw them kids the other day on DMZ. That's not that nigga's son.
Mike's
on white man with a ponytail. I said that's not his son. Adopted.
Yeah,
like a father figure. That nigga did. And then that nigga.
No. Mike adopted them kids.
You think that's what they doing to Tiger right now?
What's going on with Tiger?
Not even Tiger.
Oh.
You think they're trying to strip him of his wealth, so they putting out all these domestic violence stories?
Nah, he socked her up. That happened. Allegedly.
Got it.
Hey, bro, and I don't know, if it's that I don't give a fuck about Tiger, or I don't give a fuck about battered women. I hope it's the first one. But I just didn't read. I was just like, oh yeah, that's fucked up, and I kept scrolling.
Yeah.
Yo, man, anything sells now.
Did it? Let's just go out on a limb. Did it surprise you? Like, if it's true, would you be surprised?
Hey, man, let me tell you.
If Tiger hit a woman?
Yeah.
Tiger or Tiger?
Well, we know Tiger won't hit no woman. He
not again.
Not in the face. He'll hit him from the back. All right, cool. Hold on.
Hey.
Like, would you be surprised? Just like some shit be happening, bro, and it's like Wait, what? There was a narrative going around about Tiger, like basically like red shirting Kylie. She too young to fuck now, but let's just keep her around until.
You mean the whole grooming thing, or a little
Yeah,
different?
Yeah, he red shirted her. It's like you get,
Basically, she was 17 and waited till she was 18.
yeah, or I think she was 16. He waited till she was 18. And all right, my nigga, but that's been with him pre this. So if that's the case, then I kind of align you with this. Like these two things make sense to me. If you would do that, then you would definitely do this. I don't know if it's true or not. I wasn't there.
I think domestic violence, the percentages they give are not even close to the reality that they actually happen.
Oh God,
the way people, man, I'm watching Marriage Boot Camp, and the way she's putting her hands on this dude right now in front of people don't understand how things so simple. And this is typically it's like younger couples that go through this, like not older couples. Like they just don't know. They don't understand how to communicate. They can't get their words out. They're not being heard. And so some people are raised with like a physical side, or they touch people, and these things really turn into big things. Like one little shoulder nudge can turn it. Y'all watch He Got Game. You saw what happened to Ray Allen's mom? You saw what Denzel? You saw what happened? That stuff is very real, but people don't think it can happen to them. And I just think that, I mean, no, man, to your original question, was I surprised? I'm never surprised by domestic violence. It's certain guys where you're like, oh, but still, it's like, nah, man.
Now, who's at the top of that list? Who's at the top of the list? The guys you be like, him?
Yeah, right.
You would never. Well, Steve Urkel.
Who's at the top of the list where you'd be like, Dr. Phil?
Not Dr. Phil.
Not Dr. Phil. Nah, Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil. Here's the crazy part. I don't care if you're talking Dr. Phil, the bald head white man that looked like the Monopoly dude, or if you're talking Dr. Philip Banks, nigga. Both them niggas look.
Yeah.
Nigga, he wasn't a doctor. He was a judge.
He wasn't a judge either, though. He was
a doctor judge. Everybody know he was a doctor judge.
He wasn't a lawyer. He was a judge.
I thought he was a lawyer.
Nah, he was a doctor judge lawyer.
Philip Banks was a judge.
He was a judge. Yeah.
Oh, that's a dope career, though, man. You could be a judge, man. You just show up and be like, nah, nigga, you wrong. And they get the money. I like that.
He was a politician too. He was like, Philip Banks. Yeah, Philip Banks. Yeah.
Yeah, because he went against George Jefferson.
Yeah,
he went against George
Philip
Jefferson.
Banks. Yeah, Philip Banks. And show him party.
Damn, right. Who is the top of the list, man?
Top of the list of people, like a man that I would really be surprised if he put his hands on a woman.
It'd probably be like a huge nigga. Like, what's the nigga name?
TD Jakes. Creflo Dollar.
We gotta.
Nah.
But that's not domestic violence, because if it's a dude, then it's not domestic violence.
Come on, man.
Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Well, you know, it's a fight.
I don't even. I wait. What's the nigga name who was the tight shirt nigga?
Adam Sandler.
No, wait, what?
Adam Sandler would surprise me.
Donald Glover, man. Nah, he wouldn't do that.
No, he would shoot her like this. He would pull out that gun.
Yeah, he do this thing.
He'd do that little.
Adam Sandler would surprise me. Well, no, but now I'm thinking about because now I'm looking at Adam Sandler. Y'all seen Anger Management with Jack Nicholson, and I'm like, nah, he got that in him.
Right. Yeah, you
So
don't
never
Happy
mind Adam
Gilmore.
Sandler.
Right.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore. Nah, Adam Sandler might do it.
Oh, who wouldn't knock out a bitch?
Ellen.
Nah,
she would.
Yeah, Ellen for sure would.
Ellen Ellen already has done something like that.
Yeah, who's the 40-year-old virgin nigga?
Steve Carell.
I think Steve Carell would definitely scream at a chick. like, where's my spaghetti? But I don't think he was. But I don't think he'd swing. I don't think he'd just swing on her.
Yeah.
Is he in the lead right now? Steve Carell?
Steve Carell, the nigga from
No, I know
The Office.
exactly who you're talking about, but I'm like, dang, that's the top pick right now?
I mean,
Who we would be surprised, the most surprised?
oh, Bishop Eddie Long dealt with the boys. My bad, Creflo and TD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Eddie Long.
Eddie Long dead?
Yeah.
Oh man, R.I.P. Eddie Long.
Hey man, you got me. Hey man,
Yeah.
this person is probably not even on the gram. Like I really want who
Let me think. Elmo.
Drake.
What? Depends on what she say.
Nah, because and I think Drake would feel like he might not necessarily win the fight.
I think if Drake hit a woman, he would hit himself afterwards.
That's
You know?
yeah, like
Yeah, he would like.
I think
But he'd hit her,
take
though.
fist, and he would take her fist and do that to himself right after.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it depends on what the girl say. What if the girl just came in and be like, "You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home." I think
He would do that.
I told you I don't want to hear that shit no more.
What's Drake's trigger? Is that it? That's the trigger? Right. Trey Songz is better. What, bitch?
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder slap a bitch.
Yeah, he got the braids.
Yeah, especially she like took that nigga sunglasses off and try to like tell
man.
people he could see.
I'm on the Stevie Wonder ain't blind train, man. You know,
I'm telling you, bro.
yo, man.
I've been preaching this for years, bro. And one of the reasons I don't say it too much publicly is because I got like a funny ass joke about it that I don't really tell.
Hey man, so look, this is my new favorite song from Stevie Wonder, man. I bump it on repeat all day. It's
My
lately.
new favorite song is hilarious.
Yeah, man, new favorite songs lately from Stevie Wonder, right? And he's talking about
Layla.
he's talking about pretty much getting
Have
cheated
I
on.
told you I love you?
Nah, that ain't it at all. Right? So man, hey man, but look, on the second verse, he was like, I've been staring in the mirror. I was like, wait, Stevie?
Yeah.
How was you staring in the mirror? Yo, that's the verse, man. He starts it off. He been picking himself apart. He was like, I can't even get the beat down. Come on, Lance. This is where you supposed to come in, man. You supposed to.
Oh, I was letting you rock out.
The fact he said staring in the mirror is a
He said-
problem.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't
and
she
picking himself
lovely?
apart, right?
If you would have said, I saw something, I looked at something, but staring means you not only did you see it, you saw it for a long time.
Yeah.
You saw it. You picked out the details of it. You broke it down.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
You can't stare when you're blind. He's always been blind, right? He was born blind.
I think he was young blind.
But he wasn't. He couldn't have been staring in the mirror. They didn't even have mirrors when he was coming up.
Yeah, it was just reflections back then.
Yeah, you had to go do your makeup in the water. Everybody knows
You had to do it in a window.
In the water.
Man, I like this song.
You got to go put on your Revlon in the water. Your Rouge.
Oh man,
This
that's ridiculous.
Niggas we don't think would swing on the chick.
DJ Envy.
Nigga, that is hilarious.
On top of my list right now, I'm telling you, it's Drake and Kev on stage.
Oh, Kev number one. Kev number one.
Kev number one.
Kev number one. Kev number one. Yeah, I can ride with that. Yep, that's official.
Yeah,
That's not his pedigree. Drake. I feel like Drake might have some triggers.
And man, he's a good actor too. So when you have a good actor, you draw from certain places. So that place probably showed up.
Stephen Hawkins. Stephen Hawkins definitely would not swing on the chick. This show gonna get us canceled.
Oh man.
I'm still on this.
I was trying to think of people with no arms, and I came up with Stephen Hawkins.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Oh. Surprisingly enough, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
He definitely wouldn't swing on the chick.
Niggas
Not a fist.
No, he ain't wasting his time with a bruise.
Nah, he get to it.
Yeah, that ain't nobody learns a lesson with a black eye.
Cause they always start to cry.
Wait, what?
That's the chorus, man. Corey was talking about, I mean, not Corey, Stevie was talking about if she leaves him, he would cry. You know, because the girl, man, she started wearing perfume. Then she started leaving.
I know what song you're talking about now.
Yeah, and then she started, you know, like, she's like, nothing has changed. You know, I'm just wearing perfume when I hang out now. And he's like, he's noticing all these things, you know, and I've been staring. I can't get the damn thing.
This whole time you've been trying to pull up this song.
Yo, man, I'm trying to get this. Hate that, man. All right, man.
Nigga said Barack. Nah, I don't put it past Barack.
Michelle, you're fucking with a real one. And I see how you look at George Bush. And he bet not experience your Bush.
Giving them candy and shit.
Because I'll blow this bitch up.
I think
D Rose, newly married D Rose. He ain't knocking nobody out, right?
Not now. They just got married.
I mean,
I don't think Barack would hit Michelle, but I can't say nothing before or after her. Because I believe Michelle. He know what's up with Michelle.
You think he hit the side piece probably?
Well, Michelle got them shoulders, bro. She got, you know what I mean? Michelle she got the traps. She trapped out.
I got a question. I want y'all to be honest with me.
Aren't we always?
Yeah, but I just
cry.
How was my Barack impression?
That was pretty spot on.
Yo, I like it. I thought you should have kept going.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I'm not confident in my ability to impersonate.
Hey, man, let me tell you. Do you want to blow up in this game? You got to have an impersonation.
Gotta have it. You gotta have something in the chamber.
Yeah, man. You got to have at least one, man. Like I got Giannis. I can do Antetokounmpo, but he's not that popular yet. So when he gets popular,
you did say that. Do it because you had said that you had it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great season. I watch LeBron, and I just tell team work very hard, put time in, and we will win championship.
That's way better than mine. Mine is way less popular. I know you ain't right. Oh my god. You know I ain't right. That's what I got.
For those of you who don't know, my friend BT Kingsley is doing an impression of E40's sister, Sugar T.
I've never. They don't play that in Greece.
Yeah. You know I ain't right. You know what I